Hi, it's Mark, and in this video, you're going to learn how to use the ChatGPT iOS application. So if you do not already have it downloaded on your phone, you can do that, but there's a major update that just happened the other day, and now you can actually use it to browse live on the internet using your mobile device, okay? So we're going to dive in. I'm going to show you a little bit on the new app, what you can do, what you can't do, and let's dive in. So I'm going to switch my screen here, and so this is the new app, and if you're looking at it here on the screen, basically you're going to see a couple things here. So on the left, the top left, there's the free version, right? And the free version is 3.5. However, the paid version is GPT-4. And what that does is it gives you the default, which is basically using GPT-4 for the basic capabilities. And then the new thing is to browse with Bing, right? And this is what we're going to go through today. Just really quickly, I'll just kind of show you here. You'll also have a lot of information for your settings. You can see your history, so your prior browsing conversation. You can go over to your settings where you can see, what your subscription level is, data controls. So for example, if you do not want it to record your browsing history, you can just go ahead and uncheck that at the top. You can totally clear your chat history if you want to just get rid of everything. You can even export your data or delete your account as well. And it's pretty cool. It has a few other things like color scheme, haptic feedback, so it'll actually shake, when it's actually browsing. We'll see that in just a moment. You can turn on and off browse with Bing. One cool feature is you can actually detect speech, right? So you can actually talk to it now, and it'll auto detect your language, right? So you can choose quite a few languages here. So if you're English, you can just, if you're speaking English, you could just set it there, just leave it as default, or you could just keep it on auto detect, and it's pretty good at detecting different languages here. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go back and let's try a few things out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type in let's see. When is your data last updated? Okay, so we're just going to type in a quick little query here. And my data includes information up to September 2021. Okay. All right, so we don't want that. We want fresh, up-to-date information. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to go back here. I'm going to go to new chat. And what we're going to do is we're going to set it to browse with Bing now, okay? So now here's the thing. When you browse with Bing, sometimes it'll be confused and it'll actually say, hey, my data is cut off in 2021. So but you can actually give it explicit examples of searching. So let's just say, for example, let's use the tax brackets, for instance, right? So the 2023 tax brackets, all right? And rather than type all that stuff, I'm just going to ask it, show me the tax brackets for 2023. Okay, so I click on that, and so what I did is I clicked on a little icon there that says, it's a sort of like a little chat bubble and a talk icon, and then I'll click on that and it says show me the tax brackets. Okay, so I'll hit enter. Now what's happened is going and browsing the web, and I can feel it like shaking a little bit because it's actually browsing the web, and while it's searching, it actually gives me this little kind of like this haptic feedback thing going on. Okay, so it says federal income tax brackets for 2023 are as follows. Okay, 10% for income of 0 to 11,000 at the low end. Okay, so it's going on and on. It's telling me the different levels here. And let's just see here. And then we have, okay, so 12%, 22%, 24%. Sounds right so far. 32%. And then let's see, what's the high in here? Okay, and then we have lastly the 37%. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. Now, how do we know this is actually correct, right? So the first thing we can do is, of course, we can browse and check, fact check it, but we can now do this directly from the app. So what you can do here is you see where it says at the top, where it says finish browsing, and then just to the right of that, you see like the little kind of like the tilde, the little dot thing going on. If I can get it to zoom, yeah, so like right over there. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and what happens is it'll actually show you the links that it browsed. So you can see that it looked at the Tax Foundation. I love those guys. So let's click on the link and see what it referenced. So the first thing it did, it actually clicked on 2023 tax brackets, and it used Bing to do a search, and then it pulled up the Tax Foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and let's just go back and see. Okay, so tax brackets. So remember the 10% was 0 to 11 for individuals. Okay, married filing jointly 0 to 22,000, looking good. And then on the high end, we saw the $37,000, 37% for 578, 125 or more for individuals. Let's just kind of fact check that. And 37% for 578, 175, 125. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so I'm satisfied with that. Because sometimes ChatGPT can actually hallucinate, so you want to make sure that you double check, particularly when you're dealing with really sensitive information like this. Okay, so next thing let's do, let's ask it another question on something more recent. So let's just say, how will the Inflation Reduction Act impact my tax clients this year? Okay, so again, I'm just using the voice feature here. And it looks like it translated that well, it converted that, it transcribed it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the enter, and let's make sure that comes back. So again, it is browsing the web. I can kind of feel it vibrating a little bit as it's working through its magic. Okay, and usually this is pretty quick. It depends on how deep it's going. Sometimes it'll actually try to browse several links. Sometimes links don't work, and it'll try the next one. On the desktop version, you can actually see it'll say, hey, I went back, or I can't access this link. Okay, so it's done now, and it says the Inflation Reduction Act, which is a successor to the House passed Build Back Better Act of 2021, has several impacts. Okay, so basically it talks about a few things, a few updates, and then it goes on to give me a quick summary of all the information in here. So for example, corporate income international tax is a 15% minimum tax on corporate book income effective after December 31st, 2022. Okay, great. 1% excise tax will be created. All right. Yeah. So basically, other model tax proposals. So basically, it's giving me all the latest information, and it keeps going, right? So it keeps on going. It's getting all this information, and like I said, basically, it's fresh. So by default, it's actually going to use Bing for its information. Right now, you can't really control it. You can't point it to Google, and of course, Microsoft has a big ownership in OpenAI, which owns ChatGPT. So more than likely, they're gonna stick to Bing with this. Okay, well, this is it in a nutshell. Like I said, some pretty cool features. If you like this, if you want to learn a little more, you can actually check out where we're going to share a lot of this information. We actually have a new newsletter. We just optimize it to make it super mobile friendly now. It's called infrontofai.com, where you can learn how to build a profitable accounting practice pretty fast and using the latest AI tools. And we kind of go through step-by-step details, just tutorials, and some of the latest information going on in the accounting world. So hope you like this video. I will see you next time.